be able to be on and making sure that we can pour that information back into you. But I am pumped. Jennifer, I already introduced you because I knew you might be a few minutes late, but I am so pumped to have her and to be able to pour in to us. She is all the way in Utah. I just assumed she was in Arizona. She's in Utah, and I am excited to have her as my coach, but then to have her pour into you guys. Just the knowledge and everything that she has for you. She again will be in our area the 26th and 27th. So I cannot wait for you guys to get to see her in person and yeah, just all the goodness. But I know some of you guys are not unable to, you're at work, and so that's why your cameras are not on, but that's okay. I'm so glad that you're here and listening and get to hear a little bit more about what Jennifer has to say for us as we are going to finish crushing this month and working towards what we wanted to accomplish and what God put on our heart. So go for it, Jennifer. Cannot wait. Oh, you're muted. Hang tight.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Hey, you're good. You're good. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, I'm so excited to be here today. Thanks so much, Cassie and Julia. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, but awesome, awesome. I want to just congratulate you for earning the Silver Stars and getting to go to Arizona. I'm excited to get to know the rest of you and super excited that I'm coming out next Saturday and Sunday and cannot wait to meet all of you and be with you at your in-person event. So hopefully y'all have people you're bringing to the event so that you can increase enrollments for your business and increase your income and maybe get some of these people excited to go to convention because they got a $49 ticket if they sign up anytime after November of 2024. So that's super, super exciting. So Cassie asked me to come on here and just chat a little bit with you. And so if you have a pen and paper ready, that would be fantastic. So I want you can drop in the chat if you want, and I also want you to write it on paper. What excites you about this Plexus business? Like, what is the thing that you wake up every single morning and you are so dang excited to get to work in your Plexus business? And if you're sitting on the other side of the screen and you're like, I got nothing right now. Nothing is exciting. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out my way. Okay, we can help you with that. Hopefully we can totally work through that. Maybe it's looking at, are you currently struggling with maybe having to do, or you feeling like you have to do these income producing activities every day and you just dread it, right? Or maybe it's that you signed up with Plexus and you were so dang excited to have something finally for yourself that you could do that could bring you joy and happiness and passion. And that worked and you were having so much fun until you maybe didn't have boundaries, until you were overworking, until Plexus became your life instead of being part of what helped you create your life. So if this is you, drop a 1 in the chat so I kind of know where everyone is because I'm here to share with you there is hope for you. We can get back to that joy and passion and we can get back to, this may not be a popular opinion, but I believe that the founders would agree with this, that Plexus is not your life. Plexus is here to help you create the life you want to have. Plexus is here to help you conquer what it is that you want to do out of life, which I absolutely love. That's one of the reasons this business model was created by the founders. Sure, they could have sent all this stuff into big box stores, but they wanted to get you money in your hands so that you could change your own life financially as well as with wellness. And so I want to help you guys discover with what joy and passion you have regarding this business and the outcome maybe. And so I want to know why you're here. Like, what are your personal goals? What are your business goals? What are your team goals? I want you to write that down on paper. Well, I want to know what they are. And if you don't have them, we need to figure out what they are because what I know from Ed Milet, who has been my mentor for the last several years, is that if you don't have deadlines, you're not going to accomplish anything. Successful people do more repetitions and have deadlines. That is how you get results. And so we need personal goals. How can your business help you reach your personal goals? And then we need business goals so that you know what you need to do every single day when you show up to work and you can do the work and then you get to go live your life. Because maybe some of you were like, man, I think about Plexus all day long. I got to do this. I got to do that. Well, I got to make sure I post. I got to go comment. I got to follow up with all these people and I got to make a new reel. Oh my gosh, I got to plan for this. And then the night comes and you've just been thinking about it all day and you're like, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I've been working all day with Plexus. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Your brain's been working all day with Plexus. It's been occupying all the free space that you had, but no income producing activities have been done. So if this is you, I'm here to help you be able to fix that so that you can show up to work, do your work like a regular job, and then when you leave, you can go live your life. Because what I know is if you're occupied with all the things you feel like you need to do or have to do, that's one issue. You're feeling like you have to do something instead of I get to do something. But the other issue is you're not present with your family if you're thinking about all the things you have to do. And if you're with Plexus and you're working and you're thinking about all the things you need to do with your family, then you're not present with your family. So you're like this rubber band that's being stretched and put in two places at once. And I don't know about you, but I can't be in the living room and in the backyard at the same time. It does not work. And so you cannot be present with people in front of you if your mind is somewhere else. And so I want to free that up with you. So we need to have some goals with deadlines. And then we need to make an action plan for kind of what that looks like. So maybe it starts with, what do I even need this money for? What do I need money from Plexus for and by when? Is it because I'm going to take my family on vacation? Is it that I need to retire my husband from working so many hours? Is it because I want to quit my full-time job? If we don't have an end date and we don't have a dollar amount, we don't know how to show up every single day. And we're just randomly doing things, hoping that it's going to give us the end result. And what Brendon Burchard said is when randomness rules, mediocrity reigns. Now, I don't know about you, mediocrity is okay, but man, when you can be a rock star, I'd really love to just be a rock star, which means we have to be organized. So, how many of you in here time block currently, where you set up business hours every single day? In your time blocking, how many of you have written it out where you're going to spend 10 minutes inviting, you're going to spend 15 minutes following up, you're going to spend 5 minutes going out and being a professional friendship maker and just finding people to be friends with because you value what they have on social media or you value the conversations in real life. And then maybe you have 20 minutes where you're going to create new content or you're going to go back to old content and repurpose it. In your time blocking, that is very, very important so that you can plan out your week, take a day, plan out your week so that you know, hey, these are the times I'm going to do my Plexus work. Then you're going to show up to work, you're going to set your timer, and you're going to do that income producing activity until the timer goes off. Then you're going to take note of where you left off, and you're going to go to the next activity. Very, very important to keep track of. If you've invited new friends from Facebook, Instagram, what's the date? Who are they and what did you love about them that made you want to be their friend? What was their social media? Make notes for yourself so you know why and set a timer when you're going to find those friends. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes we go to find friends and content and we end up spending a lot of time scrolling because we aren't intentional. And then our time of work is not utilized properly. So set that timer for 2 or 3 minutes per person that you're trying to add. And I think a very good goal is to add 5 new friends every single day. Imagine how much your funnel would fill over time if you were able to add 30 new people. If you just added 5 new people for 6 days, that is 30 new people that you have connections to be friends, connections for the value they bring to you, and you're able to talk to them. So that means going to their content, making a genuine comment about something that you saw and asking a question. Ask a question so they have a reason to come back and talk to you. If you have people commenting or liking on your social media, do you have it mapped out time to go and respond to them during your work time, right? That's how we get connections and build trust and make it easy for us to know if this is somebody we even want to invite to work with us. We have an ability to create that friendship, right? And so small things done consistently over time yield the greatest results, right? And I'm here to share one of my favorite quotes that is, when a man or a woman is focused, a man or a woman will walk farther when they are focused on their journey than the man or woman who is focused on the destination. So you're like, but you just told us to hit goals. We told us to write down what we wanted to do. And now you're telling us what? No, yes, you need goals, but your goals can't be just for a week. You've got to have weekly goals that match your monthly goals that are going to help you with your 3 month goals and your year goal and your 3 year goals so that you enjoy the journey. Because if you're going to be happy when you get to a certain place, I'm here to share with you, unfortunately, you're not going to be any happier, right? I've heard some ambassadors that were like, man, I was so excited to hit Emerald because emeralds have clean houses. And so I was like, oh, when I hit Emerald, then I'm going to have time to clean my house. It's just going to happen for me. The problem with that is nothing changed between before she was an Emerald to get into Emerald. She just thought once she was an Emerald, everything would change. That doesn't happen. We have to be doing things along the way, getting us. The point of the goal isn't to hit it. The point of the goal is the growth that you have on the way there. That's why we're focused on the journey and not just focused on hitting the goal. And that's how we hit our goal. It's just kind of like this month we have an incentive, right? Enroll 3 people, develop a silver. You're going to earn a really cool jean jacket and some luggage, or you can enroll 6, right? But here's the deal. We aren't focused on the incentive. We're focused on finding people who need solutions. And the byproduct of that is you earn an income. And then on top of that, you get the bonus of that. And so really making sure that for me, excitement in this business is being able to find people who are struggling in life and provide solutions. Ed Milet also says you are most qualified to help the person that you once were. Let me say that again. You are most qualified to help the person that you were, the person that whatever you used to struggle with, those are your people. Those are your rock star people that you can connect with because you have so much to relate to. And I'm here to share with you, each and every one of you on this call, you are your greatest superpower. And I hope you know that because people are looking to connect with you based on who you are. And if you're over here, if Julia's over here and she's like, man, I wish I need to be more like Samantha. And she decides to be like Samantha and she brings a whole bunch of people in because she's following what Samantha's doing, but it's not authentic to Julia. It might work for a short time, but eventually these people she's not going to relate to because they signed up for Samantha's personality, for Samantha's qualities. And here's another like fun fact is that originals are worth more than copies. You are an original. So don't ever think you need to be a copy of somebody else. I'm not saying if somebody has something that is really working that you can implement and it speaks to you and it's still authentic, you do that thing, right? If you can improve your business model and strategy and still be true to who you are, do it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't become like somebody else because you think they're this and you put yourself down because you are your greatest superpower. Every action you take, every decision you make is a vote for the person you want to become, or it's not. I'm going to say that again. Every action you take is a vote for a person you want to become, or it's not. So, would you enroll with yourself? If you reached out to you, would you say yes? If not, what needs to change in order for you to enroll with yourself? Are you leading with joy and passion? Are you so excited? Do you currently have something that you just dread doing, but you know you have to do it? I'm going to teach you how to make that your superpower. If you currently have something that you're like, oh, or maybe it's 2 or 3 things, I'm going to work with you to learn how to reframe your thought process around it because whatever you think becomes, right? So if you tell yourself, I hate doing this, guess what? You're always going to hate doing it. You told your brain you hate doing it, and your brain's going to provide all the evidence as to why you continue to hate doing it. So we're going to say, I'm currently struggling with liking this. However, I'm excited about the outcome. of what I'm doing. I'm excited about if I do this, I know this is going to be the awesome outcome. And you're going to do that the very first thing you show up to work. The things you don't want to do currently, you're going to make them the first things that you do because everything after that is just going to be 10 times more fun for you because you got the thing you're currently struggling with done and out of the way. It's like when you're in college and you get assigned that research paper and you have 6 weeks to do it and you start working on it on the fifth week. But for 5 weeks, you were like, at a party and you're like, man, I have to work on that paper. I got to work on that paper. You're at work and you're like, oh, I don't know when I'm going to fit that in. I got to do that paper. And then you come home and you're tired and you're sitting on the couch and you're like, I'm just going to relax. But the whole time you're thinking about how you need to do that paper. And so all the time you could have been having a great and fun time. You had this weight on your shoulders of needing to do the research paper. I don't want that to happen to you with Plexus work because Plexus is supposed to be fun and exciting. That's probably one of the reasons you came here is because you were excited about the opportunity. You were excited about sharing with others to have and create a better life and to have better health and wellness. So we need to get back to that because if you can lead with joy and happiness, you're going to find those people. If you are not leading with joy and happiness, it isn't going to be fun and you're going to feel very overwhelmed. Another fun fact, overwhelm happens not because you have too many things to do, not because you have a full schedule, right? You can have a full schedule and not be overwhelmed. Do you know what the difference is? If you have a full schedule and you take time to do something fun every single day for yourself that brings you joy and passion, the overwhelm goes away. Overwhelm happens when you are not doing enough things that bring you joy and happiness. And some of it is mindset. Some of it is, man, I'm dreading. I took on being a Plexus business owner because I needed something else. I had a hat of a mom, a hat of a wife, a hat of a worker, a hat of a teacher, a hat of a nurse, and I didn't do anything for myself. So I started Plexus for myself. And now I'm treating it just like every other hat I took on. And we can change that. You can change that. You can decide that you get to do this business. You get to share with other people how to change their life. This is a people person business. Business is 100% relationships. Without relationships, there is no business. And so, what is it that's holding you back from getting started on taking more action to reach your goals? What is it? Is it what's preventing you from being consistent? What's preventing you from sharing your journey? What's preventing you from sharing about the business? Look at the last 3 months. What is it that's preventing you? Then we can figure out what it is that you need to do moving forward. Is it that we have some thoughts in our brain? I'm going to see if I can share. Can I share my screen? We might have some circumstances in our life that are happening because we have life and life be lifing, right? Sometimes we have a really hard life, and we're like, dang, man, life is happening, and so I can't do these things. So I want to share this little graphic with you because we all have different circumstances, right? Our circumstances produce thoughts. We are not in charge of the thoughts that come to us, they just come, but we're in charge of what we do with them. Our thoughts then produce feelings. And those feelings generate actions, and those actions cause results, right? So you can screenshot this, write it down. So how can we disrupt maybe a negative reel that we're telling ourselves? How can we change our thoughts, or how can we work through the things that we're feeling so that we can show up differently, so that we can get a different result? Because I'm here to share with you another fun fact. Our bodies are designed, we have something called the reticular activating system. It's called the RAS. And what it is if you decide that you want to buy a new car and you decide on a make and model and you leave your house after you've made that decision, what happens? You see those cars everywhere, 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 everywhere. And it's not because, oh my gosh, everybody just decided that this car is cool like me. I am like in the trend and it's awesome. That is not why you're seeing all the things. You're seeing all the things because you told your brain it was important. And so your brain, the reticular activating system, is your brain's way of filtering things out of your sight that aren't important and letting all the things in that you say are important into your life. You can see them. So whatever you focus on, whatever you're thinking, your brain is going to find evidence to make it true, even if it's false. So if you have a thought based on a circumstance, nobody said yes to your invites yesterday, and you're like, man, I am not meant for this business. See, I knew that I wasn't good at this. That's a thought you created, right? It's going to produce feelings of sadness, unworthiness. Maybe it's going to be imposter syndrome. And then guess what's going to happen? You're going to take action in a way that's going to yield no results. Versus, and you create a story that turns into a novel, and you've written a novel in your head about the reason nobody said yes to you yesterday. Anybody had ever done that before? Or is it just me? I create novels all the time till I learned how to stop it. So if you had 6 people that you invited and 6 people didn't, they all said no, it's not about you. It is about where they are in their life. And we have to stop putting so many emotions into getting a yes or into getting a no. That's a me-focused response. And as a business owner, we are focused about helping others. And so if we can move forward and be like, I'm so excited that people who need to start with me today, I'm going to find them. I'm so excited to share. And if somebody says no, it's not the end of the world. It's like, oh my gosh, I totally understand. I'd love to know more at what's stopping you from getting started on your health and wellness journey. Share more. What's stopping you, right? And then hear what they have to say. And again, just detaching yourself from that emotion of it. Okay. So how can you get over the story that you're telling yourself? Because the more you tell it, the more it goes in your head, the more and the bigger it becomes until you have a novel. So I'm going to give you a writing assignment that you're going to do when you get off this call, because we don't have time today, is you're going to set a timer for 5 minutes. And you're going to specifically go and you're going to write about the story that you keep telling yourself about, whether it's your unworthiness to be a business owner, whether it's you're not sure that you could do this, whether it's your belief in yourself, whatever it is. We're going to spend 5 minutes and we're going to, whatever thought comes to your mind, you're going to write it down as quickly as you can. No punctuation, no spelling, no capitalization. If you're in the middle of a thought and a second thought comes and you haven't finished writing it, start writing the new thought. The idea is we're going to get all of these things that are occupying space in your head out so that you can stop playing the broken record over and over and over again. Because I'm here to share with you, growth and doubt cannot exist in the same plane. So if you have any doubt that you are in the right business at the right time, we have got to figure out why you're feeling that way and if it's really true. And then if it isn't, what you can do about it. Because if you want to grow this business and you have a belief system that doesn't believe you can, or you have doubt, you're unsure, you're not. You're not going to do it. It's like if you are sharing products with somebody and you say, why not just try it? There's a 60-day money back guarantee. Oh, all of a sudden they have a foot out the door. They've already decided it's not going to work. They've already said, it's not going to work, right? And so you can't have doubt and expect your business to grow. Just like when you're signing somebody up, you can't give them an out and expect them to stick around and get results. And so you're going to do that, right? At writing assignment. Then you're going to go back to each statement and you're going to ask yourself, is it true? And then you're going to ask, is it really true? And then you're going to say, what evidence is there to support that it is true? There might be some things that are true, right? What can you control about the things that are true? What can you change? How can you fix it? If there's nothing you can do, how can I learn to let it go? How can I bless and release? Right? Then your next writing assignment is you're going to write down all the reasons you joined Plexus, all the reasons you're excited to be a business owner, all the reasons and the things that you want to do and why it's a good fit for you and what you're looking forward to getting out of your Plexus business. How is it going to impact your life? And here's a fun fact. That is what you will be doing as you're talking to people of if they could make $300 a month, how would that impact their life? If they could finally manage their weight, what would that mean to them? How would that impact their life? I often think of the man or the woman that I have relatives that do this. For the past 20 years, they've needed to lose weight. For 20 years, they've needed to lose weight. Every time I talk to them, they need to lose weight. Their whole life is spent in needing to lose weight. What if somebody who's needing to lose weight could finally actually lose weight in that space and didn't occupy their mind of needing to manage their weight because they got to a healthier place? How much would that impact their life if they could change that? It's about connecting people to how their life would change if they reach their goals with wellness, if they reach their goals with earning money. So for you, how would your life change if you could step into your superpower of you and move forward in abundance, knowing that this is going to be the biggest blessing for you and your family? And you're so dang excited about the outcome that you're going to show up every day with joy and excitement because you know that's going to yield you the greatest results as you're finding people who need solutions. How would that change your life? What's stopping you from getting started on building your dreams? What are they? I have another graphic I wanted to show really quick. Really quick, Cassie, how long did you want me to talk today?
You're good. We have until 12:30 to 1:30. So
Okay.
whichever.
Okay. All right. So I want you, let me share my screen really fast. Sorry, this graphic is really not cool. I need to update it, but I just have not had a moment. Okay. So I want you to look at this graphic for just a minute. And I want you to write about down here at today, right? What, sorry, what does the best version of success look like for you? What do you think success looks like for you? I want you to know what that is. We need to write it down. What does success look like? Because if we don't even know what success looks like, how can we work every single day to become successful? How do we even know what our game plan is, right? What does success look like? Then I want you to write down what are the things that are going to help you stay on your path. You know there are things that are going to help you, and you got to write those things down so that you make sure that you can be aware and do those things because you know they're going to help you reach your goal. And then I think the piece that we often forget is we don't acknowledge what things are going to knock us off our path. And we have things that are going to knock us off our path. All of us do. And to make my point, I've heard so many ambassadors, I hear so many people at the gym say, I used to be so great at X. I used to do this. I don't even know what happened. I'm like so far away from what I used to be doing. And they have no idea how they got from point A to point B because they were doing those things. It's because they weren't aware of the things that were going to knock them off their path. I'm going to give you an example. If you go to find friends on social media and you aren't aware that you can get into the death scroll with your time on social media, and you go to work and you're looking for someone to join to be a friend with, and you are not aware, you just go and pretty soon an hour goes by and you haven't found a single solitary friend because you got sucked into the death scroll. You didn't have a timer. You didn't have a specific amount of time you could spend finding a friend. And so you just got sucked in, sidetracked. So, what are the things that are going to knock you off your path? Write those down so you can be aware of the things that are going to like take you from your dream. They're going to take you from your dream. Okay. And then I'm going to teach you really quickly a simple way to set goals. It's called the gamer plan because you need a game plan to get the things that you need to do, right? And so the first thing is you need to set the goal, right? What is the goal that you want to achieve? And I would start with maybe it's a year goal or a 3-year goal, and then what could be the year goal in between? What could be the 6-month goal, the 3-month goal, the 1 month? Maybe you want to just set a goal for the month, and then we break it down into 4 weeks. However you want a goal set, this plan that I'm about to share with you, you should use for every goal that you set. Write it down. What is the goal for the week? What is it for the month? How does it align with the rest of your goals that you have to achieve? Right? I can share this graphic too, so that you can just take a screenshot. I just don't have, I added the R at the end of it. That's not there. So you'll have to take notes on that part. But this will be easier for you than having to write all the things down that I'm about to share. So, okay. Then you're going to write down, identify 3 action steps that you will commit to doing throughout the week that are going to contribute to helping you achieve your goals. Be very, very specific. What are 3 things that you're going to be doing, that you're going to commit to doing? Again, commitments. You guys, the difference between signing somebody or enrolling somebody and selling somebody is mass. And we're going to go over that in just a second. But what are you going to commit to do this week? Be specific. M is for measure. How are you going to measure your goal? How are you going to know if you hit it, right? If you set a goal to find 5 new friends every day and you only find 4, you know you're not going to get it. However, if you say, I'm going to be a better leader, well, how are you going to know if you're a better leader or not? You've got to have some parameters around what that's going to look like. How will you measure it? So either way, you've got to know how you're going to measure it. And then end celebration. How are you going to celebrate when you achieve your goal, right? Sometimes I feel like achieving the goal is the celebration. That should be enough because you grew along the way. But for some others, it might mean that you need to have something that you're going to celebrate your success. It doesn't have to cost money. Maybe it's you're going to have a dance party in the backyard with your kids. Maybe you're going to have a date on, your deck with your husband. Maybe you're going to go to coffee with a friend. Whatever that looks like, how are you going to celebrate the goal that you hit? And the R that's not on here is reflection. This is the thing we often don't do. I hear women all the time, and when I congratulate them on a goal that they hit, they're like, I know it's awesome, but I didn't do this and I didn't do that and I forgot about this. And I'm like, well, hold up a second. You still hit the goal. You still reached the deadline that you had set for yourself. So what you're saying is because it wasn't perfect, you're going to like strip away all your success? No, that's what the reflection is for. Man, what went well? What are all the things that I did that worked well? Okay, these are awesome. I'm going to keep doing this. Man, I implemented this one thing and it was a flop. It did not go well. So I'm going to have to come up with something different next month, right? It's not working well. So that reflection piece is key to your success. So deadlines and repetitions. The more repetitions you make in something, the better you're going to be. Think about it. When your kid's learning how to cut their own food, man, they don't want you to, they just don't want to do it. And they keep giving it back to you because it's hard, it's difficult. But the more repetitions they have of cutting their own food, the better they get. And then pretty soon, they're like awesome rock stars at cutting their own food. The same thing goes for you as a business leader. When you're starting off and you're stepping out of fear into something unknown, it's going to be unperfect the first time. And it might be imperfect the second or third, fourth, the last time you do it. But the idea is the more repetitions that you have, the better you're going to become at that thing. Just like when you bring people in, if they are not repeating the process of taking the products every single day with consistency, they aren't going to get results. But if they can stick with the plan and get those things in their bodies consistently every day, we know they're going to get the best results. So the more repetitions you have, the better the outcome. And the power of one more that Ed Mylett also hits his greatest thing is if you have time to do one more of anything every single day, imagine what that would do for your business. If you have a goal to reach out to 5 people every day, to connect, to have a friendship, or to make an invite, and you do one more than 5, you do 6, and you do that 365 days a year, that's 365 invites that you wouldn't have otherwise sent, just with the power of one more. That's like part of the enrollment process. When you bring somebody in, who do you know that can do this with you? Because the +1 strategy, we know if you have a friend who can do this with you, you're 80% more likely to be here working on your health and fitness goals a year from now because you have an added layer of support. And if you know one friend, you probably know 2 or 3 friends. Who do you know that I need to know that we can get them started with you in this health, that we can get started, that can start with you in your business opportunity? Who is it that you need to know? And then those friends, it's the repeated process. The power of one can exponentially explode people's businesses. So keep that in mind when you're thinking, I got a little extra time, right? It's that consistency. I don't want you being like, oh, on Tuesday, I have 2 extra hours, so I'm going to do all my work on Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm not going to work. And then I'm going to work Friday or Saturday, but not Sunday, Monday. Man, that's like going to the gym twice a week. What kind of results are you going to get? It's like taking Plexus twice a week. What kind of results are you going to get? If you only have 5 minutes a day because a bunch of things came up, man, take 5 minutes. 5 minutes is better than 0 minutes. If you have only 3 snoozes, a lot of people, I'm not a snoozer. I just get up when my alarm goes off. Actually, I usually wake up before my alarm. But if you're a snoozer, man, 3 snoozes a day, you could be a successful Plexus business owner. So if somebody says to you, I don't have time for this, I love to say, how much time do you think it takes? And let them tell you. And then you could say, well, how much time do you have? And I guarantee you, every time you ask that question, people are going to give you like, well, I probably have like 2 hours a day I could spend. And you're like, what if I told you you could do this in 3 snoozes? Awesome, you have 2 hours, but what if you could spend 30 minutes? Man, now they're just like, oh, I thought it was like, oh, wait, what? The key is consistency. The difference between a successful business owner and one who isn't. This goes with anything. Successful person in life and one who isn't. You guys want to know a secret? It's that successful people show up every day and they do the things every day, even when they don't feel like it. Even when they don't feel like it. We cannot let our emotions dictate our actions. And we know that getting into action is the only way to create motivation. People all the time say, I just need to be motivated. And I say, action creates motivation. You have to get into action in order to be motivated. Think about it when you need to clean your house and you're dreading it and you're just like, ah, once you get started, what happens? Now you don't have enough time to do all the things you want to do. All of a sudden, you want to like deep clean everything, but you don't have the time for it. It is the same with being a business owner. It is the same with somebody who's new coming in. So I want you to think about that as you're getting people and you're setting expectations with the onboarding and enrolling someone, right? If you're selling someone, you're just getting them product to take. If you're enrolling someone, you're bringing somebody in to change their life. They're committing to more than 30 days. They're committing to the lifestyle change that needs to happen. And so it might be asking questions like what I said before, if you were able to achieve whatever you just said to me, then you know what that is. You know, they want to improve their gut health because they're tired of bloating and gas and not sleeping. How is that going to impact their life? If they gave, it takes our bodies 80 to 100 days for cellular regeneration to happen, right? So the whole first 3 months that people are taking Plexus, we know that detox is happening. We know that our body's getting rid of stuff. Plexus is nutraceuticals coming in to help our body run efficiently. But if we are going to take 90 to 100 days to get new cellular structure, where's the magic really going to happen? Months 4, 5, and 6 of consistency with that. And so if we can let people know up front, and then they're going to be like, man, that's a long time. And it's like, well, how much time is it worth to change your life? Is there a time? Or how much money is your health worth? Is there a limit to what your health and happiness is, right? And then setting up that expectation, because we know that month 4, 5, and 6, a lot of people have massive results and people give up right about the time things are about to explode. And that is just the same as a business owner. If you're over here going, I've been like putting my nose to the grind and doing all the things and man, it's just not working out. Let's not stop. Let's look at what you're doing. Maybe we just need to tweak a few things because I guarantee you that that consistency over time every day is going to get you your goals if we're intentional with finding people who need solutions. If we're focused on ourselves and what we need, it's going to be harder to achieve. If we focus on others and helping them, the byproduct is we hit all of our goals. We earn all of that money because people want to be seen as people. They don't want to be sold to. They want solutions. And you guys have all the solutions in the world for so many issues that people are experiencing right now. Like you have everything. So if you don't know that this is the place for you to be right now without a shadow of a doubt, I need you to figure out if it is. I need you to ask yourself, is this the thing for me? Am I in the right place? Because whatever you're feeling, everybody who you're talking to is going to feel the same thing. Your team is going to do what you feel. It's kind of a short end of the stick, but it's kind of how it is, kind of like moms. You can tell your kids to do something, but if you don't do the thing you're telling them, they're going to do what you do. It is the same thing with your team, right? They are going to do what you feel. And what you do proves what you believe. That is why getting the negative reel out of your head with that writing assignment is so dang important. And you're going to probably have to do it a few times because the action steps that you take are going to give you results. And the thoughts and stories that you have are going to drive your actions to do something to help you or not do something that's going to detract from you reaching your goals. Okay. And I want you to make sure that your actions line up to what you're saying. I'm going to say that again. Do your actions line up to what you're saying? Do they? Okay, I said I was going to share a little bit about boundaries where maybe you're just overwhelmed because Plexus has taken over your life and all the things. We talked a little bit about the time blocking, which is going to set up those boundaries. But one thing I didn't mention during that time is letting your people know, communicate when your working time is, so that if somebody messages you, like we know that getting back to somebody in a timely manner is important, right? So if you have somebody that needs something urgent, it's like, hey, I see your message. I can't get to it right away, but as soon as I can, I will. Or it's like, hey, here's when I'm going to be available. If you happen to message me, please know I'm not ignoring you. I just have a life, and these are the times that I work. People respect that. People know that. And if you're looking to hire people to work with you, to be your coworkers, and you are always available and they don't want to always be available, they are not going to sign up with you. So remember, do your actions line up with what you're saying? If you're telling people they can do this in 3 snoozes and you're available 24/7, they're going to be like, whatever, you're not doing that. So that's probably not possible, right? So what's holding you back? What's holding you back? Because this could be the most successful season of your life with Plexus. Right now, I'm telling you right now, we have so many amazing products. We have people in the world who are looking for personalized solutions. What's holding you back? Is it time? Is it effort? Is it consistency? Is it your belief? Is it social media? What is it? I want you to decide right now, write on a piece of paper, is there one thing you can implement starting today that you know in a year you can come back and say, that's the thing that changed it? And then how are you going to hold yourself accountable to that thing when your doubt starts to creep in? When that thing that's been holding you back starts to come at you with tenfold force, how are you going to prevent that from happening? You cannot fake belief. If you want to succeed in this business, you can't afford to indulge in self-doubt. There's a psychiatrist who comes out of California. His name's Dr. Amen, and he calls it ants, automatic negative thoughts. They attract you. We have to stop the broken record of those automatic negative thoughts. We have to enjoy every emotion that comes to us. All emotions are good. Maybe you haven't heard that before. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be happy and joyful, right? They last for 90 seconds. You're sitting here going, and when I first heard that, I was like, whatever. I've been mad for like five days, 90 seconds. Like I've been mad for 5 days. What are you talking about? Literally, physically, they last in your body for 90 seconds. The reason they last longer is we attach meaning. We attach stories, and then we cause our own suffering. We cause our own suffering. Ed Milet also said among the people he's talked to who are dying, that one of the things they really wished they had done was allow themselves to be happy more, to allow themselves to find more joy in life. I was like, not that they wanted to be happy, to allow themselves. So are you somebody who doesn't allow yourself to experience joy and happiness in something because there's something else going on that's dreadful and horrible and awful? Therefore, I'm not allowed to be happy? Like, let's allow ourselves to feel all the feelings, to have joy and happiness when we deserve it, when we always deserve it, right? But we also have to allow ourselves to feel all those other emotions. Um, I want to share just one story with you about emotions because I used to never cry. I thought it was the worst thing on the planet. You were horrible. You were a baby. You were all these things. And my eyes would swell, swollen shut for days. I'm not even kidding you. Even if it was crying for 30 minutes, I would wake up the next morning with my eyes swollen shut. Still to this day, it happens. But here's the thing, crying is your body's way of regulating your nervous system. It gets you back to regulation. So, but you're thinking, but whenever I cry, I ugly cry and I can't stop. That was me. Maybe it's not you. I had to learn how to cry and experience getting myself back to regulation. And it's super simple. Do you guys want to know? When you allow yourself to cry, just let it come. Don't stop it. Don't stuff it. Just allow it. Feel those emotions. Remember, it lasts for 90 seconds. And then I want you to start paying attention to what your physical body is doing. Notice the tears running down your face. Notice the breaths that you're taking. Maybe they're scattered. Maybe they're really heavy. Maybe you're not breathing enough. What are your shoulders doing? What is your throat doing? Notice all the physical things that your body is experiencing with crying, and then you're done. That's it. And then happiness comes, and you're like, oh, I can totally conquer the world now, and I can do these things. But if we continue to say, I shouldn't be sad because of X, I can't be this because of that, guess what? That's resistance. What happens when you resist against something? It pushes back at you tenfold. So if you are over here and you are resisting this plexus business, but you know deep down in your heart it's for you, and you're resisting the work for whatever reason, we got to get to why. But sometimes it's just you got to start and take messy action. Just take messy action, because if you create a whole entire plan and you implement it and it fails, how much time did you lose creating the plan? Can you just create a plan and do it as you go? That's what happens in life, right? If you spend all this time planning something, you still don't know for sure if it's going to work out. And I don't know about you, I've had the best laid plans, and on the third day, I'm like, this isn't going to work. I can see right now, I did not think about all these things. And that's what's really cool about messy action. You can have an idea, just go with it and tell people, I don't know really what I'm doing, but I'm excited and I'm going to work and grow as I go because I know of the outcome of this. And then you can pivot. It's not about making the right decision. It's about making the decision and then making it right. I'm going to say that again. We often get stuck with making decisions. It's not about making the right one. It's about making the decision right until it's not. And then you make a new decision until it's not. And then you make a new decision and you pivot, whatever that looks like, because growth happens not just when things are all going perfect, but growth happens when we fail forward. Growth happens when we do something and it didn't really work out how we thought. That's why I'm always game for trying anything, because I'm going to learn something, whether it's successful or whether it's not. I'm going to learn if it worked or if it didn't. And so, what's stopping you? We have so many things going on this month, you guys. And I'm so excited to be coming to your in-person event. So pumped, so pumped, so pumped. So, do you guys have any questions for me?
Come on, everybody. What hit you? Not even a question. What hit you when she was speaking? And everybody's gonna have something different. So what hit you?
I really liked your last point of where you said it's not about making the right decision, it's about making a decision and making it the right one. So like you're learning as you go. You're growing as you make decisions, but you're in action. Like that's the whole point. You're in action if you're making decisions. So
Yes.
that was a really good one. I like that one.
Awesome. That's another Ed Milet.
I'm excited about him.
Yeah, he's just amazing.
Yeah. I for some reason I sent it just to Cassie instead of to everyone on the chat. So, sorry, Cassie.
Oh,
But
you're fine.
I really loved talking about how just regardless if it's messy, just doing it. And I think that that's what for the longest time, like I felt like it had to look a certain way for people to want to be a part of it. And last year I was just fed up with myself of just keep pushing and just like not actually doing anything. And I told myself I wasn't going to ask my husband. I wasn't going to ask permission from anybody else. I was just going to do it. And I was going to do it however it looked. And I was just going to keep doing it. And you're 100% right in that. It works out. You figured things out. You figure out how to do things more efficiently, but just doing the work is amazing. And I love what you said, the feelings and stuff. And I think I don't know, I want to write like a pamphlet on this or something, but I feel like motivation is the worst word in the English dictionary for
Oh,
an entrepreneur, the worst word. And then to me, it's a feeling, not a word. And if you use it, most people use it incorrectly and it doesn't help you. It hinders you. So I love that too.
thank you. I love that, Christy. Facts. Facts, facts, facts. Motivation doesn't come to you. It's just action propels you into more action, which is what keeps you going. Especially if you are finding joy and passion, right? Having that joy and excitement, that's really what attracts people to you and what keeps you moving forward.
Jen, I had a question for you.
Okay.
What would you suggest if somebody has, so I have a couple different people who have jumped on for business, but then they've probably been a customer now for over a year and they've like slowly kind of dwindled away, but they keep saying they want to do this and they want to be home. But like when I reach out to them, they rarely respond. Like they don't seem coachable. They're not coachable right now. I mean, that's straight up like they're not in any type of response. What would you suggest? Because I've had these thoughts the last couple of days of I should just literally try to call them and be like, hey, are you wanting this or not? Like I have learned I'm a Enneagram 8.
Okay.
Very true. And I'm trying to balance that because I know there's got to be some balance with that hard love.
Mhm.
And so I'm trying to learn that balance because that's where I kind of can struggle sometimes. But I just want to call people and be like, what's wrong with you? Like, what is happening right now? And like, why aren't you responding back to me? Like, you're telling me these things. Like, I know I need to cushion that. So what would your response or how would you help me with that?
Okay. So first thing I would do is I would just reach out to them in a way that says, hey, I know that when you signed up with me, you were looking to do X. I don't, whatever they are, whatever they signed up for you. And I know we haven't chatted in a while. And I'm just here. I don't want to be that annoying person that just keeps bothering you, but I know that I committed to supporting you in achieving X. And so I'm going to keep following up until you tell me not to. Is that something, you know what I'm saying? You can say before you say that, what is your time frame for achieving this goal? And then say that other part where I don't want to be that annoying person. Just address the elephant in the room, and just be like, I said I would support you. And so maybe I'm not supporting you the right way, but don't say that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and you can say, like, if you brought somebody on and maybe you feel like you didn't do enough for them,
Yeah.
or it's the best thing to say if you brought people in like November, December, October, anytime before the +1, it's really good to go back and say, hey, I know, how are you doing? How are things going? I know you signed up to achieve X, and I'm just here because I made a really big mistake. I let you get started, will you give me another chance? I
Okay.
let you get started alone. Right.
Okay.
And studies show that if you can get started with a friend, that you're going to be 80% more likely to be here working and achieving your goals. And
Yeah.
so if there's somebody that you know that I need to know that we can work together and I will do a better job, what are the things that you need from me to show you and to support you in this journey? What does
Okay.
that look like? And
Yeah.
when you're onboarding people, I love to ask that question. What is the best way for me to support you? Do you like text? Do you want a 10-minute phone call every week? Do you want an email? Like, how can I support you so that upfront you know and you don't have ghosting? And if they do ghost you, you can be like, hey, remember when you said,
Yeah.
and you can throw it back in the airport. Does that make sense?
Okay. Awesome.
That way you're not
Yes, that
continuing
absolutely.
to drag people and you're just putting it out there. And then you can be like, yeah, this is where they are, meeting you where you are. And I'm going to still be finding new people.
Yeah. I think I'm because I have always known that I'm a very upfront person. And obviously, this business just has the beautiful ability to kind of bring that to a head sometimes and how it needs to be a little combed. I still like getting permission to say bold things like that. It helps me to know that that's not too harsh,
Yeah.
so I
It's
do
just
think
in the delivery of how you do it. You have to be focused on them. Why are you talking to them? You're talking to them because they wanted something from you and you promised you'd help them and it's not happening.
yeah, that's
Right?
good. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. You got it.
Thank
You'll do great, Julia. I know you'll say all the things that need to be said. They're your people. You brought them in and they wanted to work with you. So you're going to do the right thing.
you.
And think of all of us if we actually had that person in our corner that said the right things to us at the right time that kept us going. We all need those people that love us in that way, that is really going to like move us to that next needle that we said we wanted to go to. I would much rather have a coach that way than one that's going to be just affirming and not pushing me to that next direction. So,
Okay, love it. I'm just reading through all your guys' comments. I love all
yeah,
of
they
them.
were
So good.
going crazy.
Yes.
Who else? Anything else really quick? We got 2 minutes.
I gotta hop
And
off and go to Easter party. So thank you, Jen. It was so good to see you.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
I know. So exciting.
Yes.
Aaron Barry will be there. Kaya will be there. Rachel lives too far away. I'm so sad.
Oh, no. Rachel,
It's
where
okay.
does
It's
she
okay.
live?
Rachel is up north. I forget where she's at. Aaron, you'll have to tell me. Or Rachel, there you are.
Oh, you're muted.
I just got home. I just got home. I live in Pennsylvania though.
Oh,
In
okay.
Western.
Okay, well, you'll have to get with what's your rank?
Probably still senior silver. Silver, I don't know.
Hey, that's okay.
Not very high. I've struggled.
No,
I
she's doing
keep thinking
amazing.
that I'm getting people to sign up, and I don't know. Like people are totally ghosting me. So I really do like your messy action. Just take the action, because the social media challenge kind of stopped. Like I don't know, paralyzed me, and I'm really working through that. Aaron's been helping me.
Okay.
It
Well, do
did.
that
So,
writing assignment, Rachel. I feel like
yes.
you really need to do
Yeah.
that writing assignment. And if you need more than 5 minutes, because
Yeah.
I just heard you say that you have a lot of things going in your head, a lot, like 3 or 4 different things that are in your way. So you need to get all that out. You might need more than 5 minutes. Because
Yes. Yeah.
I just want you to get it all out. I promise you, you're going to be like, I've done this. I just did a call this week with the team, and they were like, I didn't even know these thoughts were in my head until I put it on paper. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, why would I think that? That's totally not true. You're going to find that out. And then you're going to be like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you're going to unlock everything for yourself. Because everything that you need to succeed right now, Rachel, is already within you. You have it. We just have to unlock it and bring it out. Okay?
Agreed. That girl earned the
Sounds
cruise
good.
and everything just getting started. I know.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
She has it in her.
So you can say, I'm currently struggling to work on these things, but I know I'm going to overcome it.
Yep.
Instead of, because that's still making it positive. It's acknowledging, but reframing. So the more you can do that,
Yes.
the more you're going to step into that energy. Okay.
That sounds good. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. I got another call. So thanks so
Yes.
much.
Thank you guys.
Have a good day,
Bye.
ladies.
Hey,
Bye.
you too. Bye, guys.
Thank you.